So having gone through the basics in parts 1 and 2, in this video, we're now going to learn how to use a premium software solution called the Nisus Writer Pro, because it's going to give us some more advanced options. Specifically, it's going to allow us to automatically have the font style and size changed when we switch into writing in Hindi. So first, we go up to Preferences, and then we're going to go to the Languages tab. And let's first look at the settings for English. So here I have under secondary font, I've set this to Helvetica size 14 points. And now I want to go here to switch font, and I want to choose switch to secondary font because I want the system, or I want Nisus Writer Pro to use this font style and size whenever I switch into English. So I'll check also switch font size, and then I also want it to switch the keyboard. So switch to chosen keyboard, and I want it to use the US English keyboard. Okay, so now English is set. Then we're going to go over here and click on the plus to add Hindi. And we need to do the same thing in the settings here. So for here, I'm going to set this to Devanagari MT, and I want the size to be 18 points. And then exactly the same settings. So switch to secondary font. I want to have also switch font size checked, and I want to have it switch to chosen keyboard. And here it needs to be Devanagari QWERTY, or whatever Hindi keyboard you're currently using. Okay, so now these settings are finished. Now, unfortunately, the Nisus Writer Pro system does not recognize the system-wide shortcut for switching between languages. And so what we have to do now is add what's called a macro and set a few new shortcuts for easily switching between languages. So the macro we need is called cycle languages. It's actually 3 files. You can see them here: cycle language next, cycle language previous, and then there's a cycle languages configuration file. So you can download these files from my blog, or you can download them from the Nisus Writer Pro support website. Now to install these, let's go back in here, and we're going to go to the macro file menu up here, and we're going to choose add macro to menu from file. And those 3 files are on the desktop, so I'm going to select all 3 of them, and then I click on load macro. Then I'm going to go back up here to preferences, and I'm going to go into the menu keys. This is where we're going to set the shortcuts. So in the menu keys menu here, we're going to go down to macro, and now we're going to see, assuming that that was successfully installed, now we will see these 3 options down here: cycle language next, and cycle language previous, cycle languages config. And we're just concerned with the first 2. So I like to set these shortcuts to command period for cycle language next. Let me try that again. Here, let's try command period. Okay, it's already set. And cycle language previous, I set to command comma. I find that combination to be convenient for switching between languages. So now, when I go back to the document and I type command period, it has now switched into Hindi. So you can see that the language up here has changed into the Devanagari QWERTY keyboard up here. And when I type, let's take a look. I'm going to open up the menu on the right hand side here, and we can see that yes, this is size 18 and it's using the Devanagari MT font. Now if I switch back into English, so I could do command period or command comma, it doesn't matter, and when I write in English, you can see that it's using Helvetica size 14. So this means that if you want to kind of have a document that combines different languages, you don't have to worry about formatting the font style and the font size every time you make a change. So we can be writing in Hindi and then we can put in some English right in the middle, and it's going to have that English rendered in whatever style we want, while keeping the Hindi in the font style and size that we want.